Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about the danger of avoidance and how avoidance is really a form of reassurance. If this kind of thing is interesting, please continue watching. So with avoidance, basically avoidance is a form of reassurance because when you just do straight reassurance, you are worried about a situation and you try to reassure yourself that you're a good person, then this couldn't have been true and all of that, which kind of leads you into more OCD. With avoidance, you're trying to avoid the situation before it happens. But the reason why you try to avoid the situation before it happens is to reassure yourself that you won't get OCD. So do you see how the two are very, very much connected? And either one will give you the same result. Meaning that you're sending your brain a very, very clear signal that this thought is scary, it's important, the situation is extremely dangerous, and that it's very vital to you to make sure that the situation is not true. Your brain sees that signal and sends you back a signal of more thoughts about these type of situations in order to protect you from this perceived danger. So you are training your brain that the black is white and white is black and the situation is dangerous when it really isn't. But if you train your brain like this over a period of months or years, your mind starts to kind of behave that way. So your mind starts to behave as if the situation is true. And this is where you get the feelings of guilt, the feelings of fear, the feelings of needing to confess something, the feelings of I need to check, and it's a snowball effect. OCD is really one of those things where it gets worse with time because of the snowball effect that the more reassurance you seek, the more avoidance you do, the worse it's going to get. So don't think of avoidance as something very light and like, oh, well, I didn't seek reassurance, so it's okay if I avoid a little. No, it's exactly the same thing. The other problem with avoidance is that it can really turn your life upside down and make your world very small. So, for example, if you, depending on what kind of thoughts you have. So, for example, you have contamination thoughts and you're worried about, bacteria, for example. So, you start to wash something and it's not good enough, so you wash with a stronger cleanser, and then it's not good enough, and then you start to see that people are bringing dirt in the house, so you don't allow anybody to come in, and they have to follow a procedure when they come in, and so you go from living a very normal, everyday person life to living a very kind of secluded, very unnatural life. And it's all because there's not enough reassurance, there's also not enough avoidance that you can do. So your mind will always want more and more, because the reason for that is because your mind sees that you're anxious, and you're anxious even though you're doing these things. So obviously what you're doing is not enough, because remember, your mind perceives this as a real threat. So it sees that, okay, he or she is doing all these things, and it's still not enough, I better come up with more things. And it does. Because again, like I say in my other videos, is that your mind doesn't really differentiate between an OCD thought and non-OCD thought, or the content of the thoughts. It only really sees a signal that's coming from you. You're sending a distress signal about this particular thought, so it sends you more of these thoughts. You stop sending the distress signal, it will stop sending you the thoughts. We have to concentrate on no reassurance and no avoidance. And it's tough. It's really easy to say, and it's a really kind of simple disorder in that way that it really functions like clockwork, but it's like an addiction. Like you have to go daily, day in and day out, you have to do the right thing, because at this point you've gotten yourself in a situation where you've been repeating the wrong things and avoiding so much that your mind is used to that, and you have to retrain it to know that, okay, this situation is actually not dangerous, and stop sending it to me. And the only way it will stop sending these thoughts to you is if you don't behave that they're scary, meaning no avoidance, no reassurance. So it can't stop by itself because it's a mechanism. You can stop. And if you stop, it will stop. It does start from you. So this was just a short video explaining that. If you have any questions, please email me. You can email me privately at info@youhaveocd.com, or you can leave a comment below. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And if you feel like the information is important, please share it, because quite honestly, there's just not enough information out there. And when I talk to people, I find that, that they're just doing all the wrong things. So, anyways, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.